the Live at the Landis podcast. Also brought to you by Michael Kelly Guitars, Michael Kelly Guitar Company, michaelkellyguitars.com. You're waiting for Ray to get on. I don't know what's going on with his camera lately when he can't seem to connect and get into the studio here. But welcome to yet another edition. Oh, I just see him sign in. There he is in his secret location coming up. Hold on, let's bring him on. There he is.
I don't know what it is. I hit the thing to join, and it's like I joined like 2 minutes before 7, and it's just like it just sat there going around in circles. I'll never figure it out.
It is killing you.
I will never figure it out. I'm gonna start joining at like 30. That way, I'll get here by 7.
There you go. Right. What's that old saying? On time is late, and late is unacceptable.
Yes, absolutely. Well, here we are.
Yes.
And I'm not going to lie, Schwarber just hit like his 54th home run. So I was watching that too at the same time. And I was like, oh shit, I got to click the button again.
I was like, here we go. Got to get on.
There's a little bit of both going on there. A little bit of me and I want to blame the Phillies on that one.
Hell yes.
Hell yes. Well, I guess you welcomed everyone to the Absolute Vodka Live at the Landis podcast. As always, Absolute Vodka. Our sponsors, Absolute Vodka, of course, the one and only Michael Kelly Guitar Company, michaelkellyguitars.com. And, of course, our newest sponsor, feelcalm.com, calm with a K, with calm. Remember, if you go to feelcalm.com and get the amazing herbal mind hack, as they call it, I have one here next to me. It's it's 16 servings, it says in this sucker. It's good for, mental balance, moods, focus, emotional regulation. I was going to say regulatory, but then I read it. I'm like, wait, it says regulation. But yeah, it's a hemp-based product. There it is. You can order it at feelcalm, KALM.com. And if you use a promo code TheLandis, you will get 25% off your first order. And look, I got my feelcalm.com hat on today.
Hell yes.
Yes.
Hell yes.
It matches my my board in the back with all my crime stickers on it.
There you go.
Got to keep it up, baby. But hey, man, good weekend, I thought, man. I mean, yes. I think we had Whiskey Grin in the house, who I always love. And of course, our Led Zeppelin guys over at Flying Circus were back. And then we had the hip hop Jarito. Hibarito. I don't fucking know how to say it, man. It begins with a J to me, so.
Yeah, there you go.
But it's which is basically, I looked it up. It's a sandwich. It's a Puerto Rican sandwich, so it's a hip hop sandwich guy. But he put on a great show, and it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. I think a lot of the people that came out enjoyed it. It was a free show. For the Hispanic Historic Month that's going on right now in Violent. We have a large Puerto Rican population, so they all came out, and that was a great show. It was good. It was a lot of fun. It was fun. Yeah. And then we had the two openers. I don't know if you saw, I put their music up.
Yep.
The Hot Poblano guy. Right? Is that right? Poblano, am I right?
Well, I don't know what Charo means, but I thought that was just
Charo, that's the Gucci. That's Charo, man. I remember she's the flamenco player.
Yes.
But you got, and then we had the young girl and her parents were there, Jessica something.
Taylor.
Jess Taylor. Yep. She was really good too. She sang like half songs, but she sang, and she had a great voice. But I thought the hip hop guy, how the fuck you say it?
Hibarito.
Oh, whatever the fuck. That hip hop Hibarito guy was I thought he was actually really good, man. I thought it was fun. He put on a fun show, and it ended up being a really good night. So I'm glad that happened. But
heck yeah.
But Friday, man, Whiskey Grin, baby. You gotta have some Whiskey Grin video, man.
Yes, I do. I got 3 from each of these, since there's only 2 of them, and then I've got 2 from the next night. So
nice.
So let's get into it with a little. Let's do Old White's Balls. Here we go.
I love this song, man. I love these guys.
Here we go. Running.
I love too that like their songs, a lot of their music is geared around, them growing up in like, at Burlington County, Browns Mills area. They got a song about Highway 55, they got a song about, the bogs they used to hang out with and stuff. It's really cool, man. It's good. But again, and their music's fun. Like I said, it's really good music. They're opening up for some good national acts lately. And I think that's a good thing. So I'm happy for my good friend Jim and John, of course, and then Dream on drums from the Whiskey Green guys. They're great guys, man. And Jim and I get along very good, very good. He's like one of those people, man. You meet one in a lifetime, and you feel like you've known him forever. Like Walt from from Brain Damage. It's like we've known these guys forever. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna keep looking up to because I have a screen on a TV over here with the Phillies on. I'm waiting for behind me. I'm waiting for Schwarber to hit 58, man. He's at 54. We got to get him up there, man. He's got enough games left.
I think he can do it.
Yeah, tonight's the night where he's got to hit at least 2. So
2 a game. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But let's go with another one from Whiskey Green. Here we go.
Heck yeah. Oh, I love that. And then my visuals I used on that were from Death Proof. If you ever remember, those movies, that was like a Grindhouse box set. Like there's 2 movies, and I love that scene where the girls are in the car and they think they're like so cool and shit, and then he just mows down the whole car. It's such a great scene. it's definitely one of those movies I watched more than once. That's for sure.
Yes, I got one more from him because you can't do a Whiskey Grin set without having this song in it. That is Bad Feeling.
Oh, yes. That's their big hit. Yep.
Here we go. Such a good song.
It's such a good song, man. Like I said, they're such a great band, man. Such a great band.
Hell yes. And killer live. Like they are a fantastic live band.
Oh, absolutely. I have their CDs, but honestly, I don't think I've ever actually listened to the CD because I'd rather watch them live. They really are a great live band. They really are a great live band.
Hell yes. And then we had the one and only Flying Circus.
Flying Circus doing it again. They were great this time too, man. I'm not sure if you got a piece of I don't know if I put it up because my camera stopped and I had to start it again for Stairway. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, because Stairway came out really good. It came out really good. I did a mix of like actual Zeppelin doing Stairway and some other stuff and it looked really cool, man.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
I'll save that one for last then.
Excellent.
Play that one first.
Go for it. What do you got?
We'll start off with a little Ramble On.
Ramble On.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I did not see any of it. It got stuck on my end.
Ah, wonderful.
I heard Ramble Up, and that was the end of it. I don't know if it's stuck on anywhere. I am hardwired in here. That is why I'm in
what's going on over there?
That's why I'm in the FBI room over here, so I can be hardwired in. So
closer to the mainframe.
Yes, exactly. Just in case shit goes down, I know who did it.
Yes.
So.
But then we got a little whole lot of love that hopefully you'll hear. I guess.
Hopefully, I hear this one.
Yeah. Here we go.
Nice. Heard that one.
There you go.
Yeah.
There,
They did. They did a great job this time. They really rocked it out. So I was very happy. It was a good show. Really good show.
And then the one that you requested, Stairway to Heaven.
Yes.
Get that started off. Here we go.
Nice. I heard that fine. No, dude. Again, it was a good show, man. For those of you that missed it, we try to do Led Zeppelin once a year. You know, people love Led Zeppelin, so it's one of those things. You know, we try to keep a Led Zeppelin, and the Flying Circus has been doing a great job, and they're kind of like our home Zeppelin band at this point. You know, because they do good, and I really want to build that audience up for them too. So,
oh, there's a double.
Oh, see, I wasn't watching. I wasn't watching.
And then we move on to Saturday night.
Yes. Again, I love the guy. What's the one guy that the Charo Poblano? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Because he had won the karaoke contest last year, and he was the winner of it. And he's just one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in your life, man. A guy could not be a nicer human being. He's just and he can sing.
Absolutely.
He's got pipes, man. He's got pipes. I can't wait to see what you picked out from him.
Yeah, let's go. We'll get into those. Here we go. I couldn't tell you what these songs are called.
No, I have no idea. But they're good. They're fun.
Here we go.
I do believe that was Viva Mexico.
Viva America.
Viva Mexico.
Yeah.
No, he's great. That guy is he really is great. And then
I got another one from him too. Or we can
go for it. Throw it up there.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, give him some love. Yeah, I don't know what just happened to one of the Miami guys, but it looks like they're praying next to him or something over here.
He ran right into the wall.
Well, hopefully he didn't break our wall.
Yeah.
Fucking Miami head.
Hell yes.
Yes.
And then we had Jessica Taylor.
Jessica Taylor. Yeah, her parents were really nice. They're a good group of people. Good group of people.
We'll start off with her original song, which I believe is called Cliffhanger.
When we don't know if we'll be loved or sorry straight, why you gotta leave me on a cliffhanger? I don't even know if we're or when we're again. Why you gotta leave me on a
It's funny because you had done the logo for her, and her mother was like, "Oh, I really love that logo." And then I noticed she did you see the thing I shared on our Facebook that they put together?
Oh yeah,
they basically went home and copied the logo with just a different signature font, but the same. That's like they tried to remake it. So I said they could have just asked for it. Yeah, I'll
just email it to her.
Yeah, is this guy stuck in the fence? I don't know what's going on over here, man.
Yeah, no, it didn't look too good.
Yeah, he got his panties caught in it, I think.
I wonder if his fingers caught in there or something.
Yeah, I think it was his panties got caught in there.
He doesn't look to be in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
He just looks disappointed.
Yeah, well, I'd be disappointed if I played for Miami too.
yeah. But and then she did an Alicia Keys song, Empire State of Mind.
Oh, I love that one too, man. I had our New York background going. It looked cool, man.
Oh yeah, here we go.
We are from New York. Concrete jungle and trees are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Now you're in New York. These streets will make you feel brand new. These nights will inspire you. Heroes from New York, New York, New York.
Fantastic.
Yes, that is
Oh,
awesome.
man,
I'm
look
trying
at
to
it.
see what this guy did.
He's getting carted off. I don't know.
Oh, his knee, man. He's holding his knee.
Yeah.
While we were in that song, I wasn't listening to Jess there. I was actually rewinding to see what happened. It looked like he came down and his knee twisted.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
not good. Not good. Not good. He's done. Well, it wasn't like
Uh,
they were going anywhere anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, and then we had Hip Hop Hey Burrito.
This guy was fun, man. And what a nice guy, man. What just a really good guy he was.
But yeah, here we go. Here's the first one.
I feel like he's the guy I'd see at Casa Bonita. You know,
It'd be great. It would be great.
he would be, man.
Bonita.
Do you have another one from him? Or did I-
Yes, I do. I got.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, dude, it was fun, man. They were fun.
Here we go.
And Ricky, I'm sorry. I feel like every band should have a little skinny guy with maracas named Ricky. That they
Ricky.
could just everyone wants to go Ricky and get him to come
Ricky.
out and do his little dance.
Ricky took over.
Oh, Ricky, man. Oh, Ricky Ricardo. I don't even know anymore, man. I don't even know. But hey,
Yes.
thank you to everyone that came out. It was a good weekend. We appreciate it. Again, thank you to Hip Hop Garito. I don't know how to say it, man. I'm never going to say it right, man. I'm never going to say it right. I will try that sandwich one day, though. And of course, the Taylors and Jess and then Charo Poblano. I love that guy. He's great. And our boys from Whiskey Grin, and of course, Flying Circus, Led Zeppelin's Flying Circus, as they call themselves. It was a good weekend, but got a better weekend coming up. And real quick, I see Mandy saw my calm.com hat here, feelcalm.com hat. So it's one of those people that we gave it to who it's working for her, and she's now taking it in the morning. And yeah, I'll be honest, I have seen an actual difference in Mandy. And it's crazy when you've been around somebody for so many years and then you actually see a difference in them, which is in a good way. She's calm, she's relaxed, she's not out there trying to too many things going on at one time.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretty relaxed, and I love seeing that, Mandy. I think that's very good for you. I'm very happy. I'm happy it works. Very happy. Yes. But so again, thank you to Calm, Feel Calm with a K.com. You want to run their commercial real quick before we jump into this week's shows?
Absolutely. Here we go.
Perfect.
This episode is sponsored by Calm. If anxiety and meds have been running your life, there's finally another way. Calm is the first of its kind herbal supplement designed to help you feel calm, clear, and in control without the nasty side effects. With a 4.9-star rating and 10,000 anxiety battles won, Calm is made by a founder living with anxiety disorder, made for others still looking for a natural solution. Try it risk-free. Feel the calm or get your money back. Go to feelcalm.com and use code The Landis, for 25% off your first order.
Feelcalm.com. That's right. 25% off The Landis. Use promo code The Landis and just say hi to everybody. Pat, Melissa, and Alan is back on tonight, and everybody. So it's great to have you guys tuning in live. You know, we get a lot of people that tune in throughout the week. They don't necessarily tune in live. They watch after. We get literally thousands of people that tune in after. That's just, I think that's the podcast thing, though. A lot of people just they like podcasts because they can kind of watch them when they want to, you know. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things, rather than saying, oh shit, it's on at 8 o'clock, I got to get there. But we appreciate those of you that come on live each week with us. It means a lot, and we appreciate that. Thank you.
Hell yes.
This week, baby, we got some shows, man.
Yes.
I don't know if you got some cards up. You got one for Friday.
Yeah.
Because Friday is the Burning Sky is back, and again, I personally love Burning Sky. Probably one of the best tributes to Bad Company that we've ever had. I think we've only had a couple, but and then Pure Petty, who again is another group that's from the Jersey area, outside of, you know, a lot of the Petty bands that we've had come from Nashville, LA, or whatever. And Pure Petty is not only local, but they're fucking good, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, why fly people in, you know, when you got people that are local to this area that, you know, they need to work, they deserve the gig, and they're just as good, if not better. You know, I think it's a great pairing. I think putting Petty and Bad Company together is great. It's this Friday, September 26th. Tickets are $25.35. Remember, at the Landis, you are all in on that. There's no more taxes and fees. You pay $25 or $35, no more. Show starts at 8, doors open at 7. We have free parking, and it's going to be a good night. I can't wait, man. It's going to be a good show, man. I love both of these bands. So it's like, you know, it's one of those things where, I don't know, man. I don't know which band I'm looking forward to seeing more, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. Well, I got a little promo for both of them, and then we can bring them on in the other side. We've got both bands on.
Perfect.
Yep. So here we go.
Cherry.
Nice. Oh, you brought them all on at once.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we'd do a Burning Sky, then a Petty. Okay. Now I'm confused who to talk to. How you guys doing?
All right.
Good.
Hey, fellas.
How's it going, guys? What's going
Wow,
on?
we really got the split screen going, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I was expecting one to pop up, not all. So I don't have questions lined up that way. But real quick, let's go. Burning Sky, how you guys doing? All right?
Doing great, Ray.
Yeah, great. Thank
It's
you.
good to see you guys, man. Now I got to ask you. You got a different lineup coming in this time?
Just our front guy is different.
Okay, so this is somebody we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I know. No, everybody in the band is the same. Just the front guy we changed, and he does a great job for us. So, yeah.
Well, I hope so. It's Bad Company. You got to have that front man is the band sometimes. You know, you got to have that voice.
Yeah, like they don't care. You know, this is what I always tell the guys. I'm like, the front guy is like the main focus. They don't really care about the band. Everybody's going, who's going to do Paul Rogers? And once they see the guy, oh yeah, the band.
Yeah.
Too. You know, like,
that's Bad Company. I mean, if it wasn't for Rogers, I mean, that was the thing I always loved about Bad Company was, you know, Paul, his voice was just like one of those voices you never heard in another band, and it made Bad Company what they were. Yeah, and again, that's one of the things I love about you guys. It's you know, since day one, the first time you ever played our venue, you brought Bad Company.
No what has happened to us? Like I always tell you, it's amazing. Yeah, we've been Fort Lauderdale traveling, and it's all kind of you guys, man. When you email, it's amazing.
We try. That's one of the things. We had a couple bands, you know, not long ago, Steve. I don't remember who they were, but we've had a few bands that it was kind of their first gigs too, and we gave them a shot. We have a couple bands. I'm not going to mention them yet, but they're the 25th of next month because we got to get through this weekend.
Okay.
And then those bands are also. It's just somebody who's looking for a shot to try and get their tribute band going, and we're trying to help them, you know.
And that. So let me ask you this. What do you
Yeah,
think about the company finally in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? How's that?
Oh, dude, come on. I was surprised they weren't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I'm saying, amazing.
I mean, I honestly, because I don't keep up with it every year, so you don't know who's actually in sometimes and who's not. But this was a band you just expected to have already been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
You know, before like Queen Latifah or whoever the fuck they put in there anymore. You know what I mean?
yeah,
it's fucking ridiculous. I don't know, man. I'll be honest with you. I probably lost respect for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the last, I'm going to say like maybe 4 years, 5 years. It's just it's you know, when you're putting country artists in, you're putting rap artists in. I mean, it's rock and roll, man. I'm sorry, unless it's Tina Turner, you know, who did a little pop music too, but she was queen of rock back in the day. So, but you're gonna put Queen Latifah or what the fuck is that, man?
I don't really know you know, it's really funny because to bring up your point, you're saying all these things that are not rock, and
yeah,
you got an amazing band like Bad Company year after year, and you know what? I think by them doing that, the artists kind of like don't take that serious. They're like, I mean, I know Paul Rogers and Simon Cowell, they're actually going to be performing.
Yeah, yep.
I hear, and then they got that other Slash and Def Leppard and the Struts just put out that greatest hits album. They redid the Bad Company tunes. They're killing it, and they deserve it. But I feel like you do. You know, it's not rock, and to have a band like that sitting on the sidelines year after year after year, come on, man.
It drives me nuts. I'll be honest with you too. A lot of it back in the day, you know, when you could have a band and get a record deal and stuff like that, you know, the record companies really pushed the awards and stuff. It's like Hollywood. You know, I worked in Hollywood for years, and you know, when I was a kid growing up, you know, wanting to be a writer, you know, and work in that industry before I realized what the shithole industry it is. But I went into it. You know, you always watch the Oscars and you know the Emmys, and you know my Emmy sits in a trash can because I could care fucking less about that shit. It is absolutely most of it now. It's just given to people that they want to give it to. It's not based on the merit of the film or anything of that nature. It's based on, you know, who they have money behind, right, and what studio has money behind what actor and stuff. And that's been probably the last almost 15 to 20 years. It's become that. You know, back in the 70s and 80s and, you know, into the 90s, you know, it was legitimate. You know, they were giving awards to people, and it's just not the same anymore. And the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I haven't been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in probably 10 years. And I remember the last time I was there, you know, I love it. It's a great place if you haven't ever been there. It's in the shittiest city on the planet. I still don't understand how it ended up there, but it's I don't know. It's sad because I just feel like you're right, man. It's a band that should have been in there a long time ago, before a lot of bands that are getting in there now. And it's just, I don't know.
I don't know if it's well for them, honestly. It really turns artists off. Like when you hear artists, oh, you just got nominated. I'm not even going to show up. I think they realize.
Well, yeah, but exactly. But year after year, you keep hearing names, and you're like, wait, that guy's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame yet. That guy, you guys probably. Please tell me that Tom Petty's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right? Do you guys know if he is? He is.
Yeah, he is.
Now was
his induction speech up on YouTube if you want. Yeah.
Oh, so he was still alive at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. No, that's good news. That makes me very happy because again, Tom Petty, one of the great rock guys of our time. Yeah, and here you go. You're looking at, you know, thank God he's in. I really didn't. I would have assumed he's not in, to be honest with you. I'm glad he is. I'm very glad he is.
Yeah. Me too.
We got some people commenting. So let's go over to the Petty guys real quick, man. How you guys been, huh?
All right.
Great.
Good to see you.
I'm good. I can't wait to see you guys again, man. It's been a while, and we've been talking about, you know, we had another Petty band that was trying to get back in, and I'm like, you know, I think we're going to stick with the pure Petty guys. You know, I like that you guys are, you know, local to, you know, this area. You're not from, you know, most of the ones. Where was it, Steve? Wasn't it Tennessee they were coming from, weren't they?
Nashville. Yep.
Nashville.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? And these guys can get their gigs. I want bands like you guys that are, you know, in the area, you know, looking for work and getting the gig because you're good. I mean, you're a damn good band. And
well, thank you, Ray. We you know, we're glad that you're bringing us back. We had a great time the last time at the heroin benefit, and
yep.
You know, we had a good time. Everybody treated us right. You know, it's a great room. What more could you ask for? And we're playing with Burning Sky. You know, so
Have you played?
Like
Have you
said,
guys
it's
played
a great
together
lineup.
before? Have you
What's
guys
that?
ever played together before? Have you played together?
No.
No.
You know,
Oh well, you're in for a treat, man. Because they're a good band, man. They're a really good band and a great group of guys. I don't know. I haven't met the lead guy yet, but I would assume he's got to be just as good as they are.
hey,
Yeah, we saw them at Zupfest, but we didn't play. But we saw them at Zupfest. Yeah.
Oh,
Great.
nice.
yeah, because I ran into Jimmy. We were doing a benefit at the trio with the Zupfest, and we were just talking. And he said he had a date, the thing and all stuff. I was like, well, we got a date at Landis. You know, you want to play? It was like that simple. And then I was thrilled. Honestly, you know, what a great doubleheader. I don't think you can get a better lineup with the same genre of music. They kick ass. I'm really amped, looking forward to the show. I mean, really. And then in your theater, the lights, the sound. I mean, it's
I'll be honest, man. If we went back, 10, 15 years, and you told me, Bad Company's touring with Tom Petty, that's a show I'd go to. That's a great night of music when you think about it. You think
Plus
about the
Stevie Nicks. Plus Stevie Nicks.
But yeah, there you go. But that's the thing. Think about the hits between these two bands. I mean, there's not enough time in the show to put all their music out that everyone knows. It's crazy.
Not even close. That's one of the biggest problems we have. Putting an hour of music, an hour and a half of music together, we got over 60 songs to pull from.
Yep.
You're only getting a third of the repertoire. And
well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because if you do like a lot of bands like Brain Damage just did when they came back, and now you've got so much Pink Floyd music that every time you come, you can play songs no one's heard in a long time or you've never played before. And that's the good thing about being able to bring you back, is if every time you come back, you got a different mix of songs, people get excited.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, we actually added 2 more free songs and 2 more firm songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we added them. Yeah, they're going over really, really well. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm excited to hear that. That's gonna. And you're playing them this weekend?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
excellent.
Oh no, dude, it's going to be off the hook. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, this is going to be a good show.
This is a show that nobody should really miss. So like,
I don't think the free songs are in there.
yeah, maybe not the free song, but the firm song.
The firm songs are in there. Yeah.
I definitely want to hear the firm songs, though. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll hear them.
Hell yeah. So let me ask you, just Burning Sky first. So what got you guys? What was it when you were putting this group together that made you decide on Bad Company? What was it?
Well, here's the thing. So when I was looking to put it together, I was thinking to myself, you got the Zeppelin bands and the Journey bands and all the stuff, and I was actually going to go down that road. But then I said to myself, what am I going to do to separate myself from the other 50,000 Zeppelin bands or Journey? And I just went looking on the internet, and I see nobody was doing Bad Company. But the main reason why I did it, I said, if I could find the guys to pull the Bad Company off, because these songs, they sound easy, but when you start ripping them apart, they're not really, they're not, Beethoven pieces, but they're so intricate. Like it's like a soul blues kind of background influence, almost like Zeppelin, but Paul Rodgers' voice. So what I did was I found the people, and just from day one, I said, okay, we're just going to do it. I'll be honest with you, a lot of people thought I was crazy. They were like, what are you going to do that for? What, they have a couple songs, Feel Like Making Love? I'm like, because no one's doing it. So we just persevere. It's 3 years now we've been doing it.
Yeah, and you just keep getting better and better, and that's the best part about it.
Honestly, I really got to tell you, the band is really like super tight just from playing. We've been playing a lot of shows, and it's really, it's good.
Just had a great show in Ohio. It was fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, and we're going to Wisconsin next month
In October.
No, you got to get some cheese hats, man.
Yeah. I'm going to have to get a winter coat.
Yeah, exactly. So real quick. So, Steve and I talk about this all the time, and I know, Steve, I can come up with one. It would be, I always say I get tons of emails. Like probably today I got 3 or 4 different emails, from different people doing. And lately it's been everybody's trying to do an Ozzy tribute after Ozzy passed away. Yeah. I'm like, every time I turn around, I'm getting another friggin' Ozzy email. But I get emails daily from bands from all over that want to play the Landis. They've seen bands play. They want to play. And I'm telling you, they're coming from Texas. We've had them from Texas, from Los Angeles, from all over. I had a band today from Illinois, out Chicago wanting to play. But it's like it's all the same stuff, and going out and trying to find something like a Bad Company and doing it right. That's why you're getting gigs, because nobody else, even if there is somebody else out there doing it, they're not doing it like you guys do it, and I appreciate that the way you do it.
We know of a few Bad Company bands. One of them is like in Massachusetts. One of them they're not in the local area. There was one in Harrisburg, but I think that they're not around anymore. So yeah, I mean, it's not. It's really a shame to say they're not as a household name as say like Led Zeppelin is.
Yeah,
but there is an audience, and I'm really glad they got in the hall. And with this tribute album, it really helps us a lot because there's some people, honestly, Ray, like you have a really open mind. When you came to me and said, "Hey, look, my name's Ray," I didn't know you. Honestly,
yeah.
We ran into a couple people. They're like, "Well, Bad Company, where they have a song? Can't Get Enough of Your Love." And I said to Guy, I was like, "How could you be booking a theater? You're booking talent, and you don't know who they are."
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like it really is. It's crazy. But we're doing good, thank God. And we got
my favorite Bad Company song is Bad Company. You know what I mean? It's like it's the song, man. But Steve and I have talked about, like, speaking of Steve Miller. I've yet to have one person do a Steve Miller Band has 2 greatest hits albums out. Steve Miller Band had so many big hits. Nobody does like a Steve Miller. Who else, Steve? We were talking about this the other day. Other bands that nobody does that.
Peter Frampton, this stuff like
Frampton's one of those. I'll be honest with you. Frampton's a guy who, Frampton Comes Alive, one of the best live albums ever, technically not recorded live, but partially live. But it's one of those albums where those songs, but if you go to other Frampton songs, you don't know most of his music. Because Frampton didn't have a lot of hits. He only had like 2. It's just that one album was really huge for him. Where you look at go to Tom Petty. Tom Petty, every other song he put out was a hit, man. And he had hit after hit.
He has an amazing catalog that everybody, you know what another band is that we're talking about this? I would say, you know what? There's nobody doing a Knack tribute. My Sharon did a Knack.
Yeah, well, they're kind of a one-hit wonder too. My Sharona was their big hit.
That whole album was pretty good. I mean,
oh no, that's a great album. But when you look at a band like again, I look at Bad Company. I know right off the top of my head 4 or 5 songs, Bad Company songs. Mm-hmm. Tom Petty, I probably know 50. I feel like every song's a Tom Petty song.
Yeah.
But there's bands like Steve Miller who had tons of hits. I mean, from the Joker and freaking that Magic song, Abracadabra. I remember in the 80s that fucking song was on every 5 seconds on the radio.
Huge.
I mean, he had so many. What's the Fly Like an Eagle?
Yeah, he's got living in the USA.
Yeah, living in. That's what I mean. The guy's got so many hits and nobody does his music.
You know what?
It's pretty amazing.
I think that bands are afraid because this is what happens. So just say if we wanted to add on and we did Steve Miller, you put all the time and money out, you invest, you do the video, the promo video, you take an agency and they go, nah, we don't want it. It's almost like you got to have like a surefire.
Let me tell you, that's like rolling the dice with Bad Company, though. To put it, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But it's the same. It's the same thing. But the problem is when you're a guy like me that has a place and you're just getting beat to death with the same shit over and over. Oh man, I must get 50 Journey bands a year.
I know.
I'm getting like Styx bands every time you turn around. It's just like nonstop. We had fucking actual Styx play here. And we got now, and now every freaking Styx band in the world that's trying to do it wants to play here. And I'm like, it's too much, and we're not getting a variety anymore.
Yeah, I know.
I think people see a band out there making money, and they're like, oh, we could do that better. And then they send an email like, dude, I just had an Ozzy tribute 2 months ago. Well, I'm not going to book you, And the one that we had
Harem tributes.
Yeah, who?
Procol Harum.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I would come.
Exactly. I would come just because it would be the oddest thing ever.
Yeah. It's really funny though, because you almost got to be like a mind reader, like when you're picking a tribute and you want to step outside the box a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, is this going to work? And then you spend, $5,000 on the promo, the email, the website, and then you take it to somebody, you put all your hard work in, and they go, "No, I was shopping this around. I don't think so." But you know what's even more wacky, Ray? What I noticed, I go around looking on YouTube and all stuff. There are people doing like off the wall tributes, and they're all working. Like people are going. I'm talking like what's one I saw? It was like one of those '80s new wave kind of bit. Like it must be really popular. It must be popular.
Well, we book like when the 80s is one of those times, and we all know the 80s. The 80s was like one hit wonder world. You know, it was not everybody had a one hit.
Yeah.
And so if you want to really dig into the 80s, you got to book a band that plays all the one hit wonders, because you're not going to you're not going to find a band that plays, like there's just not a band like we can get Men Without Hats tribute. Who the fuck's going to come see that? But if you say I'm going to do a bunch of 80s shit, people come to see it. We just had
there was a band like Depeche Mode, for an example. I seen people putting together like tributes for that, and like all those kind of bands that were like good, but had like
we had a Depeche Mode band, didn't we, Steve? And they were really good, weren't they? Yeah, they were really good. Yeah. But I would not book them alone. I would tell them you got to bring another band with you. And I believe we did. Who was it?
Talking Heads was one of the ones that we were talking about.
Yes.
I'm surprised there's not a tribute with that movie.
Yeah. Yep. And Talking Heads is another one. I mean, they were huge. Their live tour was like insane. So I'll be honest with you, man. If I sat here and just went through a list and started thinking, tons of bands. But again, I'll go back to Petty. I get so many Petty tributes that come through, and like I said, we've had them from Las Vegas or Los Angeles. We've had a couple from Nashville, one from Texas the other day. And if I find a band that's local and they're a good band and they can pull off Petty the way it needs to be pulled off, why would I get, no offense to a guy living, in Texas, but why am I going to give that opportunity and that gig to him when you have people that can not only play Petty, which pulls, but they've got friends that live in the area that they can bring out to the shows too, Right. I mean that's what you're looking for. And now I'll be honest, if you weren't good, I'd be like, hey man, I'm gonna get I gotta get a better Petty band. I want to give our people the best of the best. But you guys, and I think Pure Petty's a good name for you, because I think you definitely give Pure Petty. I think it's great.
Oh, yeah.
Great, you're damn good band. This is gonna be a good Friday, man. I'm excited.
I'm really looking
good Friday.
We are too.
Can't wait.
So let real quick go over to Pure Petty. And the same question though. Like, what made you choose Tom Petty? What made you go after Petty? Especially the difference between you two is unbelievable, because Burning Sky, no one's doing Bad Company, and they chose to again roll the dice the Bad Company way. But you guys, you it's tough for you, because you got to go up against all these Petty bands, that are trying to get work.
Well, we didn't know about all those Petty bands when this started back in like 2019.
Yeah,
but
there wasn't that many. Though.
Yeah, back in the 70s when I was in cover bands, I was always a guitar player who sang backups. I was always the lead vocalist, the LV, and when the LV didn't want to sing, he'd say, well, you pick some songs to sing. I'd always pick Petty songs because I liked the songs he wrote, and I could sing his stuff. It was in my range.
Yeah.
People would come up at the end of the night or on break or whatever and say, wow, you sound just like Tom Petty. And it just kept happening from the 70s through the 80s, through the 90s, into this century. And that's really was the impetus for it. I was in a cover band, and all the guys in the band, one of them being Ray Zuff, and he said, hey, we got to do something with this. Everybody keeps coming up saying you sound like Petty when we do the Petty songs. And that's what really started it.
And now you guys been going since 2019?
Yeah.
Nice. And has
right
it been the same?
COVID, right when COVID hit, yeah. So.
Has it been the same lineup the whole time?
Well, no, it hasn't been. We had Ray Bazuffi. He passed away, unfortunately. He was one of the founding members. But other than that, it's been the same, except we had Pete Smith, the Eggman, but he left after Zuff passed away. Frank came on board and just took us to another level, really. And our bass player left, and after Zuff passed away, and we brought in Chuck Darrow, who used to write for the Courier and who do you also write for? The Daily News in Philly, the Philly Daily News.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking over here real quick. We got people chiming in. And you know, one I agree with is Joe Morrison, Supertramp, another great band with a lot of big hits. Nobody does,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But again, it's funny because the juxtaposition between the two of you now, and I didn't think of this before, is again, Burning Sky picked Bad Company, who they were afraid, you know, that oh man, is an agent going to want us? Now you guys go with Tom Petty, where it's like I get a Tom Petty a month at least or two, you know, from somewhere, you know, and it's
We're all
like
coming out of the woodwork.
well, they are, and you know why they do it, brother? Because it's I saw this, and I hate to say I saw it, but I saw a fucking meme. Memes make me the word meme makes me want to punch somebody in the fucking neck. But I saw it, and it showed like four areas of bands, and it showed, you know, a wedding band, and it said wedding band $1,000 a night, you know, and it said, you know, tribute band, you know, $750 a night, and then it said you know, cover band $250 a night, and it said original band, and the guy's like, you get paid, you know. I'm like,
Oh my God.
and that's the way it is, you know. You had to go. Cover bands just aren't making the money they are anymore. So unless you're like an Amish Outlaws, if you have a shtick, you know,
Yeah.
Right.
that's the way it works. But it's like the tribute acts. People want to see you. They love Tom Petty. They love, you know, Bad Company, and this is what they want to see. They don't want to go and see you maybe do a Bad Company song. You know, they want to relive that Bad Company music, and that's so it's a good thing, but. Again, it's a bad thing. The fact that you get so many other bands trying to do it.
Uh-oh.
My dog's got it. No.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. The hounds have
You
control.
imagine the inside of her. She's going to be like,
I'm going to say, you just start hearing dog noises.
When people come to see us, they smile, and you can tell they're reliving their youth. You know, they're just watching the audience dance, and like all these people are dancing, and you can tell that they don't normally dance. And it's just a really good feeling to make people feel
And
that
they
way.
sing all the songs, they know all the words.
You know the
Yeah,
thing
and-
with the other Petty bands is that,
go ahead.
and I always look at it objectively. It's not just because I'm in this band. There's a number of them. They sound like cover bands doing Petty,
Yes.
and I'm sure Burning Sky understands what I'm saying. Like tribute, you tear it apart note for note. You do it right, like the recording.
Well, you know the thing is, like, to go on your point, being that everybody thinks that, you know, the tribute bands are making money. Now you get cover bands playing cover music, and then in the middle of the set, hey, we're a Zeppelin tribute band, and they
Exactly.
missed out a set of Zeppelin. The guy's paying them $600. You're not a tribute band. Did you rip?
Exactly.
Did you rip everything apart? Like, we're in this band. Still, after 3 years, we're still hearing things and ripping guitar parts and drum parts.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, we do the same thing. Yeah.
And never ends.
Well,
Even
that's why we bring bands like you back, and that's what makes bands like both of your bands different, is because you do that. And a lot of times, what I love about thank you to Absolute Vodka, Michael Kelly, and Com, and all of our sponsors, because they give us the ability to do this each week and bring you guys on and talk about it, because I think that's what's important, is for the people coming out to see you and that are going to spend that $25, $35. They want to know that you give a shit about the music that they love as much as they care about it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's what they want. And when they hear the interviews and they're like, wow, man, these guys really delve into the music. And I'll go back to, again, I just love them. Brain Damage. These guys are fucking disgusting, man. They will sit there. Pink Floyd has very minute, like milliseconds of sound bites that have a lot of meaning in that song, a progressive rock song. And they go out of their way to recreate that tiny little second of sound, because you're used to seeing it on the album. And that's what people want. They want that. They want you to love Tom Petty and Paul Rodgers and as much as they love them. And I think that's important. Yeah.
Yeah, we bring the nuance. You know?
And Jimmy
exactly.
Jimmy brings this band to a whole nother level with the live performance, because he takes a lot of Petty's live performances seriously and recreates it. And you just feel like you're at a Petty concert. We hear that all the time.
See, that's what I love. And you got to remember, a lot of bands, you see that band live versus listening to the album. They're a lot different live, you know. Yeah. And the people that have gone to see, like, remember when Tom died, it was like what, like a month later, he was going to play right here in Philly, and everybody had tickets. You know, and it's like, you know, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, we're going to see him next month, and he's gone. It's just, it was like heartbreaking. But you want to make sure, you know, Tom Petty. I'm assuming you've all seen him live, because one of the best live performances. Tom Petty was great live.
Yeah,
but he didn't sound like the album. Like you weren't getting like Free Fallin', the album version with him live, but you were getting it a little bit better, to be honest with you.
Yes, that's one thing we do. We take the best of the recordings and the best of the live performances, and we combine them. You can't beat it.
Yep. See that?
You know,
that's cool.
I want to make a point. You got touched on something. You know, the tribute bands are really giving the younger generation as well as their parents an opportunity to see bands that are not around anymore. I think there was an article on Facebook, and you had answered it. It said, "Why are tribute bands like so important?"
Yeah,
it's exposing a whole generation. Like if you go to the School of Rock, what are they teaching those kids? They're not teaching them jazz. Yes, Zeppelin, Aerosmith, and I really think it's important that the tribute bands that do it well, it's a way for parents and their kids to experience what it would have been like to see that band live, like Petty, Bad Company.
No, and I'll be honest, I love when they bring their kids to these shows. I love it. We just I don't know if you know, but we have the School of Rock here every 3 months. They do their showcase here.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And they were just here this weekend. They did Fleetwood Mac, they did a punk show, and then they did AC/DC. And I walked into the bar, and they're doing Tusk. I'm like, and killing it. I'm like, these kids are great. Yeah, man, these kids were great. But again, and that's that's why we we love having the School of Rock here, is because that's the future of music. And if we keep these kids playing, and you'd be surprised. We've had them, Steve. Steve and I made fun of it one time. We go out there and they're doing Kiss. The kids, they got the makeup on. They're doing Kiss. I'm like, every Kiss song is like a sexual song. Yeah. I'm like, but these kids have no idea. Like they're singing The Deuce. I'm like, dude, they don't even know what this means. But they're having fun and enjoying it, and it's great because they're learning rock and roll. And I love it. We love the School of Rock. We have them here, like I said, they come every 3 months. They were just here this past weekend. And you know what? I got to talk to them about. They did a Tom Petty night. I remember that, but they haven't done Bad Company yet. We got to talk to Tricia about that.
That'd be a cool one.
Yep.
Definitely be a cool one.
We lost them.
I was gonna say he touched it and then they disappeared.
Yeah, never touch it. Never touch it. That's what my mother. That's
what she said.
That's what my mother used to say. Leave it alone.
Yeah,
that's why I wear glasses now. Jesus, it's my fault.
When something's going good, you just gotta leave it alone.
Exactly. Well, look, man. Again, pure Petty. You got now. Where are you guys actually from? Where you're from? Jersey, right?
Yeah.
South Jersey.
Yeah, South Jersey.
Whereabouts? You Burlington County, Cumberland?
Kind of both. Burlington, Gloucester, Camden.
Okay. See, I love that, man. I love that we got a really good Petty band that's local to South Jersey, because to me it means a lot, and I think it means a lot to people that come out too, because again, you're not not, and I don't mean to put down any other Petty band from South America or wherever the hell you're from, but we got local people. We're all from the same area. We're feeding each other. Keeping the money at home, and giving you guys the chance to come out and play. And you're great.
Thank you.
Why the hell would we not want you? If you're just as good, if not honestly a little bit better than some of the ones we've seen.
Thank you, Ray. And
absolutely.
And we have Stevie Nicks. I mean, you can't beat it. You should hear Jimmy and Kathy together. I mean, you can't tell a difference between the recordings and us.
Yeah, I can't wait. And that's what I love, man. You guys do you do the duets and stuff like that. So, and that's what made Tom famous too. Some of the people he brought in to play with him. So,
absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I can't wait to see you guys this Friday, man. It's going to be a good day. It'll be a good night.
We can't wait.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it. We lost our Burning Sky guys. I don't know where they went, but our segment is about over anyway.
Burning Sky.
Yeah, exactly. They're rolling those dice again back there. But look, guys, is there anything you want to say to anybody before we cut off here?
Hey, come out to the show. You're not going to be disappointed.
Exactly. Real quick, Steve, we're going to let Steve, if you want to run that promo one more time before we say goodbye.
Yeah, sure. Here we go.
I can't wait. Now we're gonna have some video of you guys on our big stage, so we can use that next time we promote you.
Cool.
There you go.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, look, thank you all for coming. I will see you on Friday.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Looking
Thanks, Ray.
forward to
See you,
it.
Steve. See you, Ray.
See you, Steve.
Safe travels getting here, guys. We'll see you on Friday.
All right.
You got it.
Take care.
Adios.
Again, it's Burning Sky, a tribute to Bad Company, along with Pure Petty, a tribute to Tom Petty. It is this Friday, September 26th. Tickets $25, $35. Remember, you're all in on that. There's no taxes, no fees. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. And you're looking. These are two great bands, and it's actually pretty cool, Steve. I like this lineup.
Yeah.
You know, I honestly
fit, together.
Yeah, because it's usually these are the bands that we have headline, and we're looking for somebody to open up. You know. Did I lose you again? I feel like I lost me again.
Nope, here I am.
Oh, I thought I was still stuck on the thing. I don't know if I'm stuck or if you still got the card.
Just trying to get back to it. This stupid scene thing that they came up with doesn't do anything. I just want a button that I don't have to go through 3 buttons to take that little banner off, so that you can scan a code that's up on our screen. You know,
they're trying to make things easier for you, and they make it worse. Exactly.
And it is, but then it takes us off. Is the only thing. So I don't really know what the point of that is, but. Who knows?
Hell yeah! Well, we got. You want to give our good friends at Michael Kelly Guitars a plug there?
Yes. Let me get my little sheet out here.
Your cheat sheet. Get that cheat sheet out, baby.
Here we go. Introducing. Oh my goodness! This is
you gotta stop smoking, man.
Introducing the extraordinary sound and craftsmanship of Michael Kelly guitars. When you choose a Michael Kelly guitar, you're not just buying an instrument, you're investing in a legacy of quality, creativity, and passion for music. Why compromise? Michael Kelly guitars provide a premium quality at a price that won't break the bank. Enjoy the best of both worlds, professional-grade instruments that are accessible to everyone. Join a family of passionate musicians with Michael Kelly. You're not just buying a guitar, you're gaining access to a supportive community and resources to help you grow as a musician. Choose Michael Kelly guitars and experience the perfect blend of quality, innovation, and value. Play with passion, play with purpose. Play a Michael Kelly guitar today.
Yes, MichaelKellyGuitars.com. Dude, another great instruments. They're in our actual studio. We have them hanging on the wall. We'll be back there probably soon. We're talking to some we got some sponsorship changes coming up, so which is going to be a lot of fun, I think, for us. And things more in our line if you would like that.
Yes.
I don't know if you got those pictures I sent you, but if you want to put those up and share them, that would be awesome.
You gotta give me a second here.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
They gotta upload to the old iCloud for me to get them up because I don't have a Mac, you know.
When our next guy's on at 8:15? When are they on?
Yes, 8:15.
Well, why don't you real quick? Our Burning Sky guys came back. You want to say goodnight to them real quick?
Oh yeah, sure. Here we go.
There you are. We didn't get to say goodbye.
Sorry, Ray. My Brainiac scheme. I have my laptop without the charger, and I saw the red line, and I'm like, good job. That's why I'm a drummer. Okay, that's all I'll say.
It's all good.
All the rumors are true about drummers.
No, we just wanted to we saw you back on. We wanted to bring you on real quick and say goodnight, guys. And we look forward to seeing you this weekend on Friday.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show. Thank you, guys. You really
absolutely. Safe travels, guys. We'll see you on Friday.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
There we go. Here.
Yeah, so their computer died. That's great.
Download, save.
Yeah, Joe Morrison was at the which I thought was really cool. Was at the stop by to see the kids, the School of Rock this weekend. He got to see some stuff going on.
Yes, I heard he was coming for that.
Yeah, they're Fleetwood Mac. They really killed it with Fleetwood Mac. The kids did. And again, Sunday's always the older kids, and then Saturday's the younger kids.
Yeah.
So, the younger kids are fun to watch, but when you really want to, you want to hear the kids like actually growing up now and doing some music, and I'll tell you, man, they killed That drummer was on, man. That kid was great, man. His timing was impeccable.
Mandy actually, she posted about it and said, the song that none of the tributes want to do, but then these kids will do it.
That's right.
Well, look at that. Of course. They also did. You didn't seem to mention this, but they wrote their own film score to the film Nosferatu and performed it live with the movie playing behind them on.
That was Saturday, right?
On Saturday, yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought it was pretty damn cool. They wrote a film score and
Ryan is on. Well, speaking of our boys at Brain Damage, He's
Yeah.
coming by Friday. That's
Hey,
awesome.
he said, "Stop touching it, Steve. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I
No,
promise.
I'm the one with the glasses, not Steve.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain."
I didn't go blind though. I just went a little bit blind, semi-blind.
Minor blind.
I got to tell you though, I was watching this Robert Redford movie last night, Three Days of the Condor or some shit. He was a CIA agent or whatever. And man, I got to get a picture from that movie and bring it in and tell them these are the glasses I want. They were just like those killer like 1970s, just really cool. Like I don't know, man. They were good. I always get these Martin Scorsese glasses, you know. I'm like,
Oh boy, he's about to have a rebrand.
yes, absolutely, man. To match my comm hat.
Yeah, right. There you go. There you go. But yes, now that was I think that's a good pairing of bands right there. For
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
I agree. And again, like you said, it's those bands that normally they're the headline band, and we're trying to find somebody to open for them. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to get both of them, it's gonna be a really good night of music.
Yeah,
So.
you combine two headliners, and they're doing I believe like an hour and a half each. So
Yeah,
everybody,
it's definitely going to get your money's worth, and you're going to have a good time. And like always at the Landis, you know, you're going to get the best sound. You're going to definitely the best sound around. I mean, everybody tells us that, and then when I go and I listen to other places, and I even just listen to people's videos that they shoot I'm like, holy shit, man, maybe we do have better. Like, I know we got great sound, but holy shit, man, some of these places are just fucking bad. No offense, man, but you know, I'm not talking about bars either. A bar is a bar. You know, you're not gonna get great sound in a bar. It's never gonna happen.
For the fences, right? Much offense.
Yeah, but some of the other venues that are theater venues, and I'm listening to like the videos people are doing, I'm like, holy shit, man, that's bad. That's just
watch
bad.
How it goes.
What's that?
I said, start a war with us. Watch how it goes.
Yeah, well, they ain't gonna win, not here, that's for sure.
But yes, and then we have another one coming up. I got those pictures that you requested.
Oh yes, yeah. Just for while we're waiting on we have a good basically it's kind of like a throwback to Lollapaloozas, you know, type of thing. It's going to be real fun on Saturday. We're going to talk to those guys. But meanwhile, our upstairs venue, again, where the School of Rock plays and everybody plays, we've added something, and it's stuff that we can move if we need to. But I think we've got other ideas on what to do, like when the School of Rock comes to play and stuff. But we have added, if you want to show what we're not done. They're still being put together. But there is our diamond pool tables. Those are tournament pool tables. We are our upstairs venue, the one side we're turning into a tournament area because we have some great pool leagues in the area, not just the APA, but what's the other one called, Steve? Freedom League. And so the APA and the Freedom League will be playing on these beautiful diamond tables. And these are, Steve, if you want to give the idea, you know these tables very well. You've played on these
Yeah,
before,
they're diamond smart tables, which as of now is basically what if you're in any sort of a league, you're any sort of a real player that's not just, you know, in the corner of a bar somewhere trying to impress a lady. These are the tables you want to play on. They're extremely well made. To the point where I don't know if you can actually, maybe the other one's a little easier. You can actually see there's individual spots to level even all the way down to the slate. That can be
they're gorgeous tables, beautiful.
They look fantastic. They play fantastic, and they're actually getting set up so that you can pay by quarters. We have a change machine that we just installed over there, or taking a little bit to the 21st century, you can now pay with your phone. So you'll be able to block out a block of time. It'll give you, you know, the amount of games for that time, and you can kind of reserve it for yourself, you know, and play, and just pay, you know, right from your phone, basically.
And I love the blue felt as opposed to like the typical green felt that you see everywhere, man. I love that blue felt.
Blue, they call it tournament blue. It's by Simonis Cloth. Even that, I mean, right down to the cloth. That's like the best stuff that you can get.
And then if you look at this picture on the right in the bottom right hand corner, that is these crazy ass lights that each pool table gets you. They don't get the old pool lights. They got some crazy ass fucking light so people can see, I guess, better. I don't know. It's just more fucking money. They basically look at you and go, well, you know, you can't just have this expensive table. You got to have these fancy ass fucking lights. You know,
I'll tell you, I mean, those lights, it does make a difference. Like there is almost no glare.
Oh, I'm sure it does, man. I'm sure it does. Just like, you know, Getting the old
And it's
back in
more
the
for
day, getting the
people kinda
cigarette lighter
watching,
in your car made
to
a
be
difference.
honest. Like if you're kind of sitting there watching somebody play, keeping score or whatever it may be, it doesn't get in your eyes as much. Like it basically just keeps it all down on the table where it should be.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, very, very excited to have them. It
great.
fit in there better than we thought. And,
It's gonna be like it's
room
gonna be
for
like fucking
even more
Tron in
people
there with
really,
these
really like
fucking
the
lights, man. They remind me. They literally they're like these lights are fucking huge.
Yes.
You used to have this little dome with a fucking light bulb in it, and now it's like this spaceship has to come down over top the table so you can fucking see your balls.
Yeah, they're flat panel LEDs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like like I said, even down to the lights, like the technology in them is crazy.
Well,
So,
like I said, the good thing is we'll be the only place around that has the tournament diamond tables with the tournament lights and so all the people can come. They're gonna have a not only just they're gonna have a what does TC call those dates where they come and they have pots and stuff like it's like a
they do some tournaments.
Yeah, but it's not like an APA tournament where you play all year and then you have a tournament at the end. These are like weekly tournaments, cash pots and stuff. Yeah,
there's a couple of different kinds that you can do. The chip ones, I think it goes by your skill level. How many chips you have is how many games you can lose basically. And if you, I think win a certain amount, like you get to steal that person's chip. And then by the end, whoever has the most chips, gets.
I'm gonna be like a fucking. I'm gonna be a hobbit. I'm gonna have a bag full of fucking chips because I can't. Dude, I grew up with a pool table in my fucking basement, and I still can't shoot. And you know what it is? Honestly, it's the glasses, man. I have the bifocals, and you get down there, and it's like, I can't fucking see that shit.
You got to get the ones my dad got. They look ridiculous, but they basically extend like up. So when you're down, you're actually seeing through them. They were originally made as like shooting glasses for people with glasses. So when you're like down on a rifle.
Oh, dude, well, you've been to the range with me. I don't need them for the rifle.
Yeah,
I need them for that fucking pool stick though, man.
Yes.
Holy shit, I don't know. Yes. Or I need a bigger ball. I need a bigger white ball that knocks the balls a little better. That's fucking. But hey. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it. See how it works. I think it's a good addition. Like I said, it'll be good for what we're trying to do upstairs. So
yes, and yes, to answer Mandy's question, yes, available to the public because they'll be there all the time.
Yes,
so they kind of take up space.
Absolutely. They do. They're kind of there, and the thing with them is it's one of those things where you gotta it's hard to you got to let other people use them. But my biggest thing was it's about the fact that like what do you do with the pool tables? Like when we have School of Rock comes in or something of that nature comes in and it's like what do you do? So our idea is to put the what do we say, like 3/4 inch plywood, and then they have a special cover that goes over and we can put the stools next to them. So when we have stuff up there, people can at least sit at them and maybe utilize them as like a table of some sort. So we'll make it work. Yeah, we'll make it work.
Yes. Like I said, my hope is that those become the thing. So
yes,
we shall see.
Yes,
we shall see. But yes, obviously my family's very into pool, and that was kind of one of the reasons on bringing it in is that this is the guy TC that runs the league. He just won the qualifier with my parents the other day, and my brother. They're all on one team together, pool team.
Well, now your brother's like the pool champ. He went to Vegas and won like some big.
Yeah. He won the grand prize. Was the youngest person to ever win the APA singles for 8-ball, I believe. 9-ball, 8-ball. I actually don't remember. But.
Yeah, I don't remember either. All I know is he won something. He made a lot of money.
Yes. Yeah. 10 grand, a gold ring, a giant.
Yeah, man. And a free trip to Vegas.
Free trip to Vegas, free airfare. He got it.
Now you get
deal out of it. So.
Yeah. Now you get a free trip to Vineland.
Yes. Well, that's kind of the idea is that, a lot of these, I couldn't go to an APA championship right now with what we do. There's no way I could just kind of go and take a week off to go play pool. It just doesn't matter if it's $10,000 or not. It doesn't really make sense. But this way it'd be up the street. Like I could come shoot a game during intermission. Whatever it may be. It would work out. So
yeah, but that's awesome.
It's feedback in that world.
We're looking looking forward to that in the upstairs world now. It's gonna be kind of cool. So a whole different world. Well, changing things around. So we got, and then downstairs, of course, we got a couple minutes to talk about it. So downstairs, we had a brewery lined up. Let's just say things didn't work out. And so we are reopening Casey Ray's basically under, another business, same name, keeping everything under the liquor license as it is. But, just, under a whole different entity with the same name technically. But, and we're going to open that up with food and all that stuff downstairs again. So that'll be nice. So we'll have that downstairs. And of course, the K Ray's 830 East upstairs, and that'll be, with the pool tables and, the weekends with karaoke with Mandy and all the other stuff that we have going up there. Again, it's going to be mostly, we're going to have pool leagues pretty much Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you said, Steve?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah,
Thursday, cool. I don't remember. It was pretty much any day that we're willing to do it on. I think so.
Hey, man, as long as they're
different leagues that they could bring in. I mean, we could realistically have it 7 nights a week if we really wanted to.
Hey, man, if they're chunking quarters and buying beers, I'm all for it, man.
Yeah.
So there you go, man.
Hell yeah.
Or whatever it is now with the friggin' phone, and you put the damn phone up there and get the
pay range.
Yeah, what is it called? Pay range.
Pay range, yes.
Yeah. And I guess what do you use? Apple Pay for that? Like something like that?
I think you can do that. You can put your card in. I think you can add like a certain amount of funds to it. There's I think a couple different ways that you can do it on there. So I don't know. That's all
like
after my time of playing pool. So I've been retired for 3 years.
Like the what is it? The jukebox. What's it called? Touch Tunes. Yeah.
Very similar.
Similar to that. Okay. Cool.
Yes, but yes, still coin operated. For single games. Or there's plenty of people that play pool that are a little bit older. They might not have a phone. Rory, I can't imagine he's got pay range app on a phone. So
oh my god, those of you who don't know, Rory literally is at every concert we have. He lives like across the street. Great guy. He comes to every show. He spends his money. He loves what we do. But he does. He tells us he says I can't buy my tickets on the computer because I don't know how to get on the computer. I'm like, it's 2025, man.
There's going to be people like that. That, they're still going to have to use quarters, whatever it may be. So you kind of, it's one of those things where you kind of have to have it. It's just like taking cash at the bar, like if we didn't take cash, well, that's probably half the business. That's comes through, and some people they go for different reasons, so they don't spend too much, and this invisible thing.
There's a lot of places. I'll be honest with you, though. There's a lot of places, especially in the shore points and stuff now, that are not taking cash anymore. Yeah. And honestly, the reason they're not taking the cash is from theft.
Yeah.
Because you have bartenders stealing money, you have waitresses stealing money, and it just becomes a hassle. So they literally have signs up, no cash, cards only, because it's the only way they can track everything that goes through and guarantee that, somebody didn't pay. Dude, well, I was talking to one guy, and he said what they were doing. They would, especially you got one of these breakfast places and they're filling out, things left and right. And the girl fills out a thing. It ends up $40 worth of food. It's a ticket. She takes the ticket, rips it, throws it in the trash, and takes the $40 plus the tip and puts it in her pocket. And they do that like maybe every fourth or fifth customer. Before you know it, they're walking home with, $400, $500, $600 a day, and the business is going out of business.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of had to get away from cash. And bartenders, owning a bar, I can tell you, man, bartenders are the worst. I mean, they're the ones that they overpour. They don't charge for drinks. They we fired enough bartenders for a guy throwing a $50 bill in the bar, and they get $40 worth of drinks, and they put the 50, they never pay for the drinks. They just keep making them drinks, and they put the 50 in their tip bucket. It's ridiculous. So
yeah,
but it is what it is. But anyway, it's that time, man. We should have our other guys on by now, right? Yes. From our nice.
Yeah. How do you want to do this one? I guess I'll ask before we do it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how many do we got. One. If we got one from each band, we can bring them on. It's This is kind of like a throwback to like a Lollapalooza type thing with, Lollapalooza as well as I do. There's so many bands, so many great bands, but like Soundgarden and Pearl Jam are probably two of the biggest bands that have ever played. Both of those bands playing that event over the years. And it's just, we'll talk to them about it. when they come on, but it's kind of cool. It's like it's to me, honestly, putting Pearl Jam and Soundgarden together is like putting, you know, Tom Petty with, you know, Bad Company. You're like, you got two like headliner bands, you know. How do you not enjoy this night of music, you know?
Hell yes. Well, I'll let's roll this promo and we'll bring them in on the other side of it.
No, excellent. I haven't seen the promo yet. You got to send these to me too so I can post them.
Yes, there you go.
Nice.
Yes.
What's going on, gentlemen? Joe, what's up, buddy?
Dylan.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, dude. How you doing, bro? I don't know your name, Greg.
Pete.
Pete. Sorry about that. Maybe
No
I saw the GR and I couldn't tell.
Yeah, that's the last name.
Oh, excellent. Well, welcome, Pete. We appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on.
So happy to be here.
And Joe, you know, we've become good friends over the years, man. And you know, I love just again watching that video of you doing, you know, Disciples of the Garden, man. I just this band, dude, you got such a good sound to your voice, man. The quality of your voice is just rings through, man. I love it, bro. I love it, man.
Well, the bar's set very high for who we're going after, so we got to just keep improving it and working on it and doing what we got to do, you know.
Well, you know, Cornell was known for that, man. That's a voice that's like, you know, it, and you nail it, dude. You really do. I got to give it to you, man. You nail it. You nail it so well too.
I think it sounds better live than the videos and stuff I got, but you know.
They always
I don't
do.
know.
They always do.
You know, everybody always says that, but you know what it is too? When you're live, people are in it. You know, they're in that moment, and there's not a band that you've ever seen live that sounded great in every song. Like unless they were, you know, like going to see Britney Spears where she's just playing tracks. You know what I mean? Right. You're not. You go see a band. I remember it was who was it that we went to see? Oh, it was Smashing Pumpkins, and I don't know if it was Lollapalooza. It was one of those fucking tours. And I'm like, dude, I love Smashing Pumpkins. I went to see them live, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I remember that.
They were horrible.
Horrible.
Oh, they were so bad, man. All I wanted was my money back. I'm like, and I came to see them, and I sat through all these bands.
They're one of those bands that I never got to see, and I'm glad I didn't. You know, for that exact reason.
No,
I always wanted to, and I was like, man, they're just one of my favorite bands ever. But all I kept hearing was just like horror stories from everybody. I'm like, dude, there's no way. And then finally YouTube comes out, and I'm like, wow, holy shit. Okay. Really, that's not
Pearl Jam is like that. You know, I've seen Pearl Jam 3 or 4 times. And, you know, especially being close to Philly, I mean, they play like 400 shows in a row, you know?
Yep.
But it's one of those, they're one of those bands. They never, of course, sound like, but, and you know, his voice, first of all, is, you know, mumbly sometimes as it is. But when you see him live, like if, like Ledbetter, like nobody knows the words to that song except guys in bands like you.
Yeah. So, you're assuming that I know them?
Okay. Oh, you just mumble them too?
You know, I got to tell you a funny story. One time I had a guy, because Pearl Jam fans they're devout. They're religious. I mean, the show, I loved you, but you screwed up the words and yelled Ledbetter. And I went, oh, I did. I go, do me a favor. What are they? You know, you tell me, a guy I never met before, and he had his version of it, you know. But I don't think Eddie's ever sung them the same way twice. You know what I mean?
No.
And he doesn't have to.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have to. But the funny thing about it, and it's so funny because when you see him live, it always reminded me of seeing a band that I loved all my life, but of course I just didn't get to see live. They were gone by the time, but was the Doors.
Oh,
and sure. You know, and you look at Eddie, and then you look at Jim. And you see the two, like, are they drunk? Are they just way too high? Are they in another? Like, where are they mentally right now on this stage? Because the Doors live albums are some of the best live. Honestly, I mean, think about it. I mean, there's some of the best live music you're ever going to hear. And the same with Pearl Jam. Some of the ones they recorded live, I love the live stuff because
the bootlegs.
Well, they're bootleg. Man. They're official bootlegs, which is, you know, I've said for years, I think the Pearl Jam is very akin, especially their following. It's very much like the Grateful Dead. Like the following is this fervor. Like they travel in packs, worldwide. Doesn't matter where that tour is. People are going, and it's so these live official bootlegs, if you will, that they always release after every tour have become like they're official recordings of all these shows, and every show is different, man. And not one is the same. The songs are different almost every time. Even the hits, Even Flow can be 13 minutes or it can be 5 minutes. It depends on how they're feeling that night. So it's just they're a very, very interesting live band in that regard. Like it's different than say like Joe, Soundgarden, for instance, is more regimented, would you say?
Right.
Like rigid?
For sure. I mean, like you can definitely catch some of their live performances where like they'll extend, do a couple extensions and maybe start singing a Pearl Jam song throughout it, but for the most part, from what I've, discovered, like just by watching videos and researching and just getting the feel for it all. The songs have been played pretty straight, Yeah. And I don't know if that maybe has something to do with you can get completely lost if you go off the beaten path on some of these songs because
maybe
the way they're written, the different changes in time signatures, they're a little bit more
especially
intricate.
with Soundgarden,
right.
Pearl Jam, jam, you could jam on it, man.
Yeah,
that's right.
You could just
and
jam.
we do.
You could just keep going.
and we do. If Last Exit had an unofficial slogan, it would be "Can't find a better jam," because that's because we do that. And the Pearl Jam fan that have been enjoying our shows for all these years, and they come to us every time, they love the live aspect of it. Because frankly, and Joe, you've heard us, the guys are amazing. The guys in my band, they are the best. They are really tip-top world-class musicians, and we've known each other. We've been in a band for 20 years, and I've been playing with Timmy and Kurt for 27. So like that type of chemistry and longevity, like it's really unspoken. And if you've ever been a part of it, it's something that's really crazy. And the chemistry on stage and how we do it, the fans seem to like that live, don't know where we're going with it. And not going to lie, sometimes you're in the middle of it and Danny will tease like Norwegian wood on a lick, and we're going there for, 24 measures. You're coming back. Like, and the fans are like, oh, they look, and we obviously with also Joe with the Soundgarden and then Temple of the Dog and all that crossover and the Mother Love Bone and all the history. It gives us so many options on stage. And I think, Joe, we're going to do a little collaboration this weekend, right?
I'm sure we will.
Oh, Temple of the Dog is, again, that one album they put out was just such a great album, man. I mean, I think that I'm Going Hungry, I think it was one of those songs. It was just done so right, man. It was
that
just
is
such
Eddie
a good
Vedder's,
song.
That's Eddie Vedder's first time on record. That was his
really
first,
right.
Yes. So that was like the introduction, if you will, to Eddie Vedder. And there's in the Pearl Jam 20 film, Stone Gossard says, because Chris is the legend. He's the best. He's honestly the best voice in rock and roll, Chris Cornell.
Oh, without a doubt.
And they're doing that session because for the late Andy Wood, which is why they're all there in the first place, right? And Stone says they're listening back to Hunger Strike when Pearl Jam's a very new band with Eddie. And he goes, Chris is Chris. And then they listen back. They go, our guy's pretty good too, And like that was the introduction to Ed, and it was a hell of a way to start, I think.
No, I agree with that. So for me, I thought he got his start in that movie Singles. That's the worst acting I've ever seen in my life. All he does is smile the whole thing. It's like, and action. And Eddie's like, I'm on camera.
A compliment for you is a compliment.
They should have let him sing his lines, like Elvis.
Oh, that probably would have been the best thing that the director could have ever done. Is just Eddie, just sing the words. Yes,
bro.
Just sing the words, man. Sing the words. And what was that girl? Bridget Fonda was in it.
Bridget Fonda.
I don't know what happened to her. She disappeared. She's another one that disappeared.
Yeah.
I never saw her again. But again, now you're talking about two different voices. You're looking at like Cornell. I mean, you got to work to get that voice right and to get those vocals right. I mean, you got to really work on that. That's not something that, I've heard a lot of people doing Eddie Vedder because they kind of, they get that voice going or whatever. But Cornell, the way he sings and some of the stuff he hits it's just that it's, again, like you said, he's one of the best voices that I can think of in rock and roll, man.
Yeah, very versatile. His range was it's fucking unearthly.
I don't know how you do it, man. I mean, you got to really work on that, don't you?
I definitely work on it. I mean, we, I was, we rehearse weekly, weekly 2-3 hours at a time. You know, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't. You know, I drink a lot of water. I mean, this is like a regimen. You know, this is like a discipline for me to be able to get through. Like normally, I mean, we're doing a double bill, but we'll do 3 hours, and you know, just blaring it takes a lot to go into that. There's a lot of stretching. I do warm ups. I don't play around with that because you know, I don't even know how long this is last. I'm having fun right now, but I don't know how long I can go with this.
Well, you're like Adam Ant, man. You don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do, baby?
It's yeah, you got to be careful. You know, you could definitely get injured very quickly.
But you could tell when you're on stage and you're delivering it, because you've played here before, and man, Steve and I were blown away after the show. We were like, holy shit, dude, that was fucking so. Like, we were expecting a good band, but dude, you were like again, it was so good and so well done and sounded so perfect. Yeah. And yeah, I love it, man. I think
I mean, the first time we heard you, Joe, you were doing the Cars. You know,
that's true.
That's
true.
Basically, everything Chris Cornell does is. I mean, that's fucking insane to me. You know,
I got a love for '80s pop. You know, can't help it. It's
well, and I mean, the Cars are
that too. You know, so it's you obviously have a talent as a singer, not just one specific thing. And I think it shows when you do all the different Cornell stuff. You know,
thank you. And my band is really strong. I mean, I mean, we picked up a tremendous guitar player who actually plays with the Creed band that plays with you guys.
Oh, they're great too, man. They're almost
Chris
Creed,
Fury,
isn't it?
Yeah, those are great guys. They're from Long Island as well. Good guys, great guys.
Dude, such a good band, man. They're such a good band. Steve is like a huge. I love Creed too, but Steve's like a huge Creed fan, and they just blow you away too. I love when a band comes in and you're paying tribute to someone. Like we were saying to the guys on before you, and you give a shit.
Yeah.
You actually try. You work on the music. You listen to them live. You listen to the records. You work on that music. And you're dedicated to giving the people that love those bands the music that they love the right way, and not just coming in as a cover band and the guy happens to sound like Eddie Vedder on 2 songs. So I'm gonna do a Pearl Jam thing. You know?
That's I think with Eddie and. No disrespect to any bands, because there is a lot of Pearl Jam bands, you know, I'm sure you see them all. And the one, I guess the best compliment that I can get, and I do get frequently, is that I'm not doing an impersonation. There's 100 guys that are going to all night long.
Yeah.
It's almost like one of those doofy beach caricatures people make of you know what I mean? Where you have a big giant nose head on a tricycle. Like,
I love that.
That's not, yeah.
Good way to put
it. The Jersey Shore, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you're going to see music, I think it's almost insulting. They know you're not Eddie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and it doesn't come across as authentic you know. So we listen. I must sound like him because it works and everyone loves it, but it's not an impersonation. Where it's really authentic and we care. Like you said, we care. And Joe, you could speak to this. When you're rehearsing, you spend a half hour on 8 measures.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like to make sure that this is right and this is right and this is right, and to change it. And the audience notices that when it's on stage, that translates, and that's what they're paying their money for. And they go, "We're going back," and they come back with friends, and they come back with more friends. You know what I mean? And that's how it grows. You know,
it's all about the detail. You know, like the nuances. All those little nuances add up to make one good quality presentation of this music. And like these artists, these performers, you know, like Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, like all the members of Audio Slave, like these guys deserve you to put everything you have into this music, because they're fans. Well, they are so loyal and so committed to the music.
Yes.
That's like what we're going to see. And like, that's why you owe it to them. If you're going to do the music, you owe it to all these fans.
You do.
You owe it to the artists to pay them the respect and do it 100%. Right. You know, and
and you know why too? Because that was an era of music, that Seattle sound that came out at that time when we were starving for some rock and roll again. You know what I mean? We were getting out of the 80s pop.
Yep.
We were getting out of all the classic rock bands that were now trying to do their 80s albums. You know, you had Aerosmith and the Stones and all this. And we just needed some new, just good rock music, man. And this Seattle sound came out, and all these bands started coming out. And it just brought, to me, it's what we need right now.
You're right.
It brought rock and roll back.
You're right.
I was afraid we were going to lose rock and roll at that point, man. And again, I loved it. I grew up in the 80s. I love 80s pop. You know, again, the Cars to me were 80s pop, but they were somebody that had like a lot of hits. Where most of your 80s bands they were one-hit wonders, out of the gate, and that was it.
Yep.
But then you got all of a sudden the Seattle Sound comes out, and you got Pearl Jam, you got Soundgarden. I said, you got these bands coming out, and you're like, holy shit, I forgot how good rock and roll was, man.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? For the same area, like the 4 bands you just mentioned, right? Like Chains, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Soundgarden, the big 4. If you will,
Yeah.
All uniquely different, right?
Yes.
Like completely different sonically, and you got something different from each band. And like it was a movement. I'm 49 years old. I was a senior in high school in '94. That is, I always say that was my Zeppelin. Like when that stuff happened, you would just have so much music to digest, and it was really about the music. Remember waiting online to buy albums?
Oh, absolutely.
With Tower Records, unreal. It's so nostalgic.
Dude, we were waiting for the tours. We're like, when are these bands going to tour? Like they've been playing on the West Coast for a while now, and now they're all of a sudden becoming something big. When are we going to get them here?
Yep.
I remember the first time seeing Nirvana, I was like, holy shit, man. Yep. What a great show that was. And again, like I said, I feel like that Seattle sound, that era of music brought rock and roll back.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. And now I feel like we need it again. Where's it going to come from? My dogs are playing with their toys, if you hear that over
there. I heard a great interview with Janie Lane, the late Janie Lane of Warrant, where he knew it was over when I guess they were signed by Geffen, I'm assuming, and he used to go in, and the secretary, big desk, had the big poster of Cherry Pie behind her desk.
Yeah.
And he went in to go see, I guess, whoever it was, and there was a big poster of Alice in Chains Facelift, and he goes, it's over.
Oh, yeah. Again, you talk about, that's that 80s, heavy metal pop, kind of stuff. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like the Seattle sound, that era of music harkened back to what classic rock was when you heard Led Zeppelin and you heard The Who and bands like that. Again, at the same time, all these bands were coming out. They all had a different sound, but they all kind of worked together. Like you could play them all on a radio station, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden it's like it's back again. And think about it, this is the craziest thing is now Nirvana is classic rock now, man.
Yeah.
Soundgarden is classic rock.
Dude, 104.3 is playing. I listened to Fell on Black Days today on 104.3. Jim Kerr.
That's what I'm saying. It's classic rock now, and I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
so
I know.
So we
know it's crazy, right?
Yeah, we need something new.
And the other thing that it did, and all in line with what you just said, and it goes in line with our show and our theme this weekend, is the music festival came back because of Lollapalooza, and there was so much music now, right? Like, and some of the bands maybe were around, but nobody knew of them. But like bands like Ministry now became a little bigger, and these other types of acts, and those first 2 Lollapaloozas. I mean, you had Ice Cube on those bills, you had Ice-T on those. It was really dynamic, and all these rock bands and Lush and Jesus and Mary Chain, and but then our year, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden. I mean, forget about it. It went to a whole new level, And then from that, what else was the other one? The Horde Fest, right? There was all these music festivals going on.
Yeah, they were popping out of the woodwork. Yeah,
right.
Until the what was the one? What was that one on the island? What the hell was that? The Fire Fest or whatever the hell.
I think
dude, those are some great. They are some fun documentaries to watch, though, man. I gotta admit, they are fun to watch.
I'm pretty sure LimeWire actually just bought the rights to the Fire Festival.
Oh, really? Why?
Almost certain I saw that, and I said, "How the hell does LimeWire even still exist as a company?
Yeah.
Let alone have money to buy naming rights to even the worst music festival?"
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they didn't pay much for that. That dude is probably like, dude,
I wouldn't have even thought LimeWire was still around, but I guess really now it's just a streaming service.
They probably got it for $50 and a pack of Marlboros, man. But you got to do me a favor. If you take the name, you take the history with it. Yeah. All right. That's just a half a pack of Marlboros. It's all yours.
All of it.
That's crazy. But I got to ask you, man. So you said your Pearl Jam band's been around for a while now, right?
Yeah, this 2025, believe it or not, is our 20th anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah, the thing is, the first 13, there was no social media. So it was grassroots, and we were an original band, honestly. trying to get get a deal, like all that, got record deals, but they were bad deals. And this would be me, Kurt, and Timmy, bass and rhythm guitar. And one show we threw a Pearl Jam cover on as a joke, like let's play a Pearl Jam song, And they looked at us like we had lobsters crawling out of it. He was like, "What was that? You sound just like that guy." I'm like, nobody does. Like, dude. And we said, let's give it a shot. And I swear, we learned a few songs, recorded at our studio, listened back. We said, we may have something here. So we got a lead guitar player. And in true Pearl Jam fashion, we've been through 3 drummers. And we stole a Soundgarden drummer from another tribute band. So we're really authentic. We're very authentic. And it's 20 years later, but with social media now, and honestly, things like this, that we didn't have for promotion back in the day. It was I'm from the era of putting flyers on cars, man. Like it was really grassroots back then. There was no social media. We barely had cell phones, so it was like it was just very different. But now it's been great. It's really been, the band's been exploding, and Pearl Jam fans, like I said, who are very critical and very devout. But they're very critical.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
You got to remember, Pearl Jam's one of those bands that I remember when the 10 came out, and it's like there's very few records that come out that every freaking song is great.
Yep.
And that was just one of those records, man, where every song was great.
Yep.
I mean, you didn't skip anything. You didn't care. And I grew up. I grew up in the 80s, and we were. Before CDs, we had cassettes.
Yeah.
So we were like, you're always fast forwarding the damn song, you're like, and then they came out with the decks that you could hold the button in and it would automatically find, as long as there was a pause, it would find the end of the song for you. But it's like, that was one of those albums, Pearl Jam came out with records that you just wanted to listen to the whole album.
Yep.
And there's just not a lot of bands that were like that. Soundgarden's another one, that Metallica, There's certain bands that you just like to listen to the whole record.
Sure.
And I feel like
record.
Alice in Chains did the same thing. Like Jar of Flies is just, I love that record, man.
It's my favorite. That's my favorite. Yep.
Love that record, man. And there's not a song on it I won't listen to.
No, absolutely right.
Yeah, it's there's and I think Pearl Jam was one of those bands, man. And every time they put an album out, you were listening to the whole record, regardless what they were playing on the radio. You listen. And I think that first album, like every song almost made it onto the radio.
The first one, Alive, I think was the first single. Then obviously Even Flow and MTV at the time when they still had videos on. MTV was still influential in that regard. You had, the Even Flow was a live video from the Moore Theater, I believe, in Seattle. And, that just took off a life of its own. And the only video they made was Jeremy. And that Jeremy video was huge. And Jeremy was a huge song. Black, it's an iconic record, and it is.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yep.
And today, you will hear, like I said, on all forms of radio, you'll hear most of the songs from that album on it. And versus their sophomore effort at the time, I think until it was beaten by like NSYNC or something, the Decline of Humanity, was the fastest selling album. I think it sold almost 1 million copies in a week. The first week or something, it was a big deal because remember there was so much hype around Pearl Jam at that point. They were the big band in the world, and that's, like I said before, that's what we're kind of focusing on, especially with the spirit of this show and this weekend, what we got going on, is we're going to focus on those early tunes, that early era of PJ. It's going to be good.
So now have you guys played together before? Have you done shows together before?
This is our first show together. This is our first.
Okay. And are you going to come together and do some of those hits that they did together? I think
we got a plan to. Absolutely. I think there's without a doubt going to be some collaboration. There almost has to be.
There's something going down. There's something going down.
We don't want to give it away, but
Well, no, but I mean, I think that's another thing that you loved about that era of music is you could bring a band like Soundgarden and Pearl Jam together. You can bring some of the people from both bands together, and you can create a sound that was just great with great voices singing together, and some of the stuff whether it was for a person or whatever, it was for Andy or whatever it was, you're talking about, putting together two of these great groups. And to me, like you said, the big ones to me were Soundgarden, Nirvana, and Pearl Jam that came out of it too. Alice in Chains was there, but to me, it was those three. They were the three big ones.
Right. And Pearl Jam 10 came out, Bad Motorfinger came out, Nevermind came out all the same year, 91.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking insane.
Like months apart.
three of the best albums you could possibly listen to. Yeah. And again, the same thing we just said, all three of those records, you never skip a song. You listen to the whole record, or CD at that point, because I was back to CDs again. But it's just like, I don't know, man. And that's the other thing I loved about Pearl Jam was they were always putting out vinyl too.
Yes.
I mean, they were still sticking. They were one of the bands that was bringing vinyl back.
Yeah.
They were like, no, if we're going to put music out, we're going to throw a vinyl out with it, and I love that. I remember getting 10 on vinyl.
Spin the black circle. That's what it's all about, man. They love the vinyl. So,
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to this show, man. I think it's going to be a good show. Again, Steve, if you want to throw the card up real quick, it's this Saturday night. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. We kind of plugged it as like a Lollapalooza 92 show with Pearl Jam and Soundgarden. But you got Last Exit, a tribute to Pearl Jam, and then Disciple of the Garden, who's played here before. And I will tell you, if you're a Cornell fan, man, and you like Soundgarden, you're not going to get anything better or find anyone better than what Joe and his band does, because they're amazing, man. They really are. And it's tickets are $20 and $35. Remember, you're all in here too. There's no taxes and fees added on. That's the ticket price. Again, show starts at 8, doors open at 7. And it's gonna. And now, who's coming on first? Is it Pearl Jam? Who's coming on first, Joe?
Soundgarden. The Soundgarden tribute. Yeah, we're gonna Disciple of the Garden. We'll hit it first.
Okay, excellent. Just so people always ask who's coming on first. I never know.
And flip flop your load-in times that I sent you guys.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No, and like I said, dude, I'm looking forward to it, man. This is going to be a killer show. This is a good weekend of music, man. This is going to be a good weekend. We got Tom Petty and a Bad Company on Friday, which is, and again, 2 great bands you're putting together for one show, not like just throwing an opener in. So this is going to be a lot of fun, man.
This is like it's a true real double bill. You have 2 of the biggest bands, and honestly, Joe, I don't mean to embarrass you because you're here, but he's a true talent, and anybody who's in that room.
Oh, he is, man.
And I look forward to impressing you gentlemen as well. I can't wait to do it. Actually,
man.
So it's going to be great, man.
Well, I can't wait either. Like I said, we love Joe. Joe books a lot of acts for us, and he always brings in, because when you're somebody, and again, I don't want to give you a big head, but you're a perfectionist. You're an amazingly talented guy, and that's why I always look to you, and I always say, Joe, can you fill a date for me? Because you're not going to give me a bullshit band. You're always going to find, because you're good. I mean, you're a guy who understands, yeah, man, this band is great. This band is good. And you do. Every time you throw a band down here, man, they're always a killer band. And I appreciate that.
You now work with A Farewell to Kings, I believe, right?
Oh, they're great.
Oh, dude, those guys are sick, man.
They're really good, man.
They're so good. Sick, man. I think we got them back, in January?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're back in January, man.
They're really good.
Dude, I was blown away by their singer. It's Zach, right?
Yes.
Oh, Adam's on right now.
Yes.
Adam's on right now. Yeah. Adam! But dude, they're such a good band, man. And because I've seen Rush many times, and everyone always, and we got one guy that we love, Joe, who's on right now too. And they always been, you can't have a Rush band with 3 guys. Gotta have 3 guys. Dude, the fact that, Rush was 3 guys because they were fucking Rush.
Right.
And if you want to sound like Rush, you probably need like 8 other guys. Yeah. But I'm telling you, Farewell to Kings, man. Again, what a great band, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're killing it.
Right now, they're out. The venue that I promote, Silk Factory, had them this past weekend, and they crushed it.
Oh, dude, they're sick. Were they doing the Moving Pictures album?
You know what? I wasn't there. I don't even know the album, but the feedback was just tremendous. I mean,
oh, dude, they're so good,
I wasn't
man.
Sure. I wasn't sure.
That's a really another loyal fan following too. Rush fans are devout.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, and like when they come here, like you haven't played here before, but we have like a surround like video on the walls and crazy lights and shit. And when you have a chance to do Rush, when you have a chance to do Rush, and you're doing like all this, like especially like YYZ or something, and you can literally have like crazy airport shit going around, and people are like, they love it because they feel like they're in it. And then you got this killer band playing the music, and it's like our Pink Floyd. We have a Pink Floyd band. Everyone's always trying to throw Pink Floyd at me. We have one called Brain Damage. I'm sorry, man. They only play one place in South Jersey, and it's here. They won't play because they don't want to oversaturate. They're smart. But dude, when they play, dude, they're fucking sick, man. Like we're doing this year on the 14th and 15th of November, they're coming back and we're doing the Dark Side of the Rainbow again.
That's sick.
Where where we put up that you put up the Wizard of Oz,
Wizard of
and then
Oz.
they play along with it. Now they got to play that album. This is the craziest thing. They have to play the Dark Side of the Moon album 2.5 times all the way through to get to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And they don't miss a fucking beat. It's almost and then you're watching the movie going, why is this working? Like, why is this happening? And it's funny because I remember these guys played 2.5 times through. I don't know if you ever listened to that album, but it's a tough album to play.
Oh yeah.
Crazy music to play. And I walked up
like Joe, I do drink and smoke. So
yes. I walk up to Walt, who's the band leader and the keyboardist. I said, man, 2.5 times through that album. I said, I heard you fuck up twice. 2 times. The entire fucking show. No, and I said you were offbeat. Like when I tell you they were offbeat for like what, maybe 2 beats, Steve, if that. But
and I think he started like the wrong sample.
Yeah, and he hit the wrong sample one time. I said, dude, you understand? You were so good, I could hear the second that drummer was off for one. I heard it, and I heard you hit the wrong button. That's how good you were. It was sounding so good that I could hear the mistakes. Where a lot of bands, it's just so many mistakes. You're just like, oh, well, they're playing live. It's great, you know?
Yeah, Floyd has to be pristine. Floyd has to be pristine. Yeah.
These guys, dude, you want to book somebody up your way, Joe, you got to look at these guys. They're fucking sick, man. They're unbelievable.
You mentioned them. Yeah, maybe I'll bring them over to the Silk Factory.
You should talk to them because they're pretty amazing guys and they're sick. They're like you. But when I tell you anal, they make sure you have to be to do Cornell right. You have to be somebody that has a range, has the ability to deliver, and that's the same way with these guys. You know, you have to have a guy that can play. You got Gilmore on guitar.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, talk about one of the greatest guitar players of all time.
Yep.
I mean,
tasty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ryan, he actually works with Adam, so it's
that's right.
So
yes,
that's
I keep forgetting that
they both work at.
Yeah, we get all these bands. We find out all these guys work together and shit. That's how they're getting in here. Oh, my dog is going nuts over here.
Either work together or they're in some sort of a weird side band together or whatever it may be. But yeah, almost everybody knows each other, you know?
Yes, absolutely. Well, look, guys, I want to thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate it. We're looking forward to the show.
Thank you.
Safe travels getting here, and let's push the shit out of this week. You know, we got ads running, of course, and you know we're going to put up the videos that Steve did for this show, and then of course, you know, just kind of plaster the area for the next 3 or 4 days and really get everybody out. So
you got it, man.
All right.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to meeting you, Pete, when you get down here, brother.
We're gonna have a great time, and I'm looking forward to blowing you socks.
We can't wait. We can't wait,
That'll
man.
be great.
And Joe, like always, Joe, you know you're like family to us, man. We love you. You're a talented dude, man. And we got to get the Cars band back too. We got to figure that one out.
All right.
Dude, I love the Cars, man. I really do. It was one of those bands. I don't know if I ever told you a story or not, but that was one. I don't know how many times I did this in my youth that I paid a penny for like 10 albums, but I had like 75 different names. But one time, like they had all the Cars albums. I'm like, dude, I got the whole Cars fucking anthology of records for a penny. I'm like, dude, they're all on here. And I'm like, I ordered like every one of them, man.
Columbia House. That's how I got. That was how I got Bad Motorfinger and 10. I was like 14. I had no money. I got these for a penny.
my name's Biff Thompson, and I live at this. You think they would have said? Yeah, do you think at one point they would have said, well, you know, they didn't have the computers we have today. They would have been like, there's a lot of people that live at this one address, you know, that have a penny for their names.
And the rest of their catalog sucked. Like they had like 10 good.
Oh yeah,
CDs,
and you had to grab them. Yep. And it's like add on like 4 more for $5.99. No, I'm just taking the penny, baby. Give me the one for the penny. Yeah, that's the truth. It's the truth. Again, thank you again, guys, for coming on. Like always, good to see you. And Joe, so good to see you again, my brother. It really is, buddy.
All right, guys.
Take care.
All right.
Friday, huh?
Yes, we will see you. We will see you. Yes, drive safe. Get here safe.
All right.
We'll do. Later.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Again, it's not Friday. It's Saturday.
It's
Saturday.
Friday, isn't it?
No, Saturday, September 27th.
No,
Friday
I know,
is,
I'm pretty sure he just said Friday. That's what got me confused.
Yeah, you both said Friday. Everybody said Friday. Call him back. Get him back on. No. Pete, if you're still listening, it's Saturday.
Saturday.
Yes, Saturday. There you go.
Saturday.
Saturday. There you go. There you go. Throw a little Elton John in there, baby. That's excellent. But look, Lollapalooza 92, we're bringing that sucker back, man. Last Exit, a tribute to Pearl Jam, is going to be there, along with Disciple of the Garden, a tribute to Soundgarden. It's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a good weekend of music at the Landis, that's for sure. What's that?
Born. That was the year I was born.
Well, when Pearl Jam and Soundgarden were touring? Wow.
When they headlined Lollapalooza. That's crazy.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
What's
dude.
even crazier is that Lollapalooza is like, one of the fucking biggest concerts in the entire world still to this day.
I just remember, like I said, man, to me, that music, I remember it coming out. And like, to me, that Seattle sound saved rock and roll. It really did.
Yeah.
Because it was getting to be just garbage at that point. I'm trying to think who was even out at that point. Oh man, I don't even remember.
Fucking Flock of Seagulls.
No, Flock of Seagulls they were early 80s. This was remember this was 90s. So this was like early 90s. And I'm trying to think who was kind of big then. There was a bit of music, but it wasn't really 80s. Like the 80s was starting to disappear. You had the heavy metal still kind of playing around, and those bands trying to figure out who was who. That's when you had like all those heavy metal bands that we have, like the Bullet Boys and the what's the other one from around here? The fucking I can't think of them. The bands that got in too late. You know what I mean? They got into that heavy metal scene too late. Were coming out at the end of the 90s, and people were kind of like burnt out. You still had like the Bon Jovis going on and stuff, but this Seattle sound came in and it just changed music, man. And thank God it did. Because I don't know where we'd be right now. We'd probably have like 52 Taylor Swifts.
Yes. And hello to Mandy's little grandson Jackson back there. Apparently a little menace that won't go to bed till we say hi. So.
Oh no, go to bed. Oh, Paul says that they'll probably be early for their sound check.
Maybe they'll be on time.
Yeah. Our guys are always on time because we make damn sure.
Having 20 minutes to sound check an entire Latin band and 2 opening acts was that was fun. That was real fun. For a guy that has done sound like twice in the last 4 years here.
Yes,
so,
but it
not
got
that I
done.
don't know how to do it, but it's
it got done
doing it all the time, and you're over there. It's like, holy shit! All right, 20 minutes.
It got done, and it got done well, and I appreciate it. You did a good job. It was a good night. Like I said, a lot of frustration, but at the end of the night, it all worked out, and it was great to not have to do it the next day. So. Oh man! Again, let's thank our sponsors, man. Calm from feelcalm.com, and it's calm with a K. Feelcalm.com. It is a great herbal supplement to help basically calm the mind, help you with your mood, your euphoria, mental balance, focus, emotional regulation. It really does work. It's really great. I use it. That's how they became a sponsor. And it's if you have feelcalm.com, promo code TheLandis will get you 25% off your first time. And Steve is using it, Mandy's using it, Rory, another one of our listeners, is using it. If you're a listener and you want to give it a try, all you got to do is I'm gonna act like I didn't read what Paul said, but you can you want to give it a try. We do have a couple boxes left that we haven't given out. If you're somebody that wants to give it a try, send us a message on this thread or on our Facebook, and we'll get if you come to a show, we'll just hand it to you at the show. If not, we'll get it sent out to you and give it a try and see how it works for you, and then come on and tell us about it.
Yeah, I got to get some more. I just ran out the other day.
Yes.
Saturday of all days to run out. That was
better you than me, baby. That was the day to start drinking again.
Why I was the way that I was that day.
That was the day to start drinking again, baby. Oh Lord.
Oh yes. But luckily again, we had Paul there to keep everything
yes.
under control.
Now Paul. I got to tell you, Paul is one of a kind. Paul and Sandy and the mayor and everybody in the city are absolutely wonderful people, and they really do a lot for us and that help us out and keep things going here. And Paul comes to a lot of shows, man. Him and his wife Josie come to a lot of shows. Of course, we do their Christmas thing is coming up. again, Josie's Christmas bonanza as always.
Putting that up on here.
Yeah, we got to start. Yeah, we should start promoting that for her on here, as well as if anybody wants to, like Mandy, for instance. Mandy sells stuff. You know, she might be somebody that comes out. She has actually a really nice little lineup of jewelry.
A little bit for the to get some vendors and stuff like that, and then I guess like as we get closer to Thanksgiving and stuff, we can really start pushing.
Well, honestly, we should talk, Mandy, if you're still listening, maybe get with us. And if you got Mandy she's got a nice line of jewelry she makes actually.
Yes.
Her and who else? Who's the other lady that makes the jewelry? I can't think of.
Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa. She's usually on too, and Melissa makes great jewelry. But and the thing is, they probably know vendors that maybe we could get for the Christmas thing. Yeah, Mandy, if you know any more vendors, maybe from the ones that you go to, you can get some. Maybe we can get them out for the Christmas event. That would be great.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Well, again, thank you to com.com and of course MichaelKellyGuitars.com. Michael Kelly Guitars. There's not a better guitar out there right now. They are made with precision, made with love, and from our uncle Steve Pisani is the president of Michael Kelly Guitar Companies. They'll be back in November. With his band, Radio Flashback. They'll be back in a phenomenal band. You love these guys. They're fantastic. And Steve is great. He's a great interview. I can't wait to talk to him again.
Yes, Uncle Steve.
There he is, Uncle Steve.
Yeah.
With his Michael Kelly guitar.
Yes.
And then of course, thank you to Absolute Vodka, our sponsor, our upfront sponsor for the Absolute Vodka Live at the Landis podcast. And that like Steve and I had met with the Absolute Vodka sponsorship is about over, and we're looking for somebody else. And I think we might have somebody, huh, Steve?
Yes.
It looks good. We spoke with him. What was it? Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
God, why does it seem like the days?
Yesterday was a friggin' wild day waiting around.
Yeah, it was one of those days. You know what it was? It was, dude, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, we had stuff Sunday, and then of course Monday with that, and then meeting him, and I think I'm hoping that you know, you got to text him and let us know when we can fire that off so we can start. Yeah. We can move over because that is going to be a very good sponsor for us, and again something really nice. Yeah, it's Steve taking one of their mints over there. Oh, who is that? Yeah. Oh, real quick, Paul's asking. Show Paul real quick the picture of the pool tables. One last time. Here, Paul, if you're watching, there they are, babe. They're not in yet, but they're going together. They should be finished on Thursday.
Yes, they have to get leveled still. You got to give them some time to settle, and we're actually getting different rails than the ones that came with them. Make them a little more challenging, a little more professional, a little less easy on the tournaments. You know, we want to kind of be known just like we are in the theater as like, hey, this is the place to go.
Yes.
Play on 7-foot pool tables, you know. So
exactly, and tournament. Again, these are tournament tables. They're tournament blue in color. We got these funky, crazy, weird lights that go above them, so you can see like everything that you need to see when you're playing pool. Yes. So it's, you know, nobody else around has it, you know, and you know you can have a beer and some chicken tenders right now until we get somebody downstairs cooking. But until then, you know, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully. I guess leagues will start up next week or the week after at the latest, right?
I think he was saying something about October 4th.
Okay, so that would be a week after then. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he wanted to make sure they all got in, make sure his little payment thing worked, and
yes, yeah, because these you can use Christine, I believe a pet, not Petty, who's opening Friday?
On Friday is the Petty Band.
It is the Petty Band.
Guy, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it is the Petty Band.
It's a co-headline, so they're both playing for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So, but yes, they are.
Look, both bands are worth it. So come see them. Come see them both. Don't miss one. But we'll go back to the pool tables. They're not just quarters. We put a change machine in, but they're also you can scan the little thing and pay with your phone now. Yep. So it makes it a lot easier and a lot better, and we don't have to worry about, you know, cash and stuff like that. Because the biggest problem with that, we had one pool table before. Biggest issue is the bill changer, and it was just ridiculous. It was always stuck. It never worked.
Great, but you got to have the coins, you know. So now we've got a coin mechanism on the wall for the Rorys of the world, And
Yes.
or again, just people that just want to play because for pay range you have to sign up for an account. You got to put your card on, and if you're doing it all the time, it makes sense. It makes it a lot easier. But if you're here on a Saturday night and you're just going to play a couple games with your lady, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take a $5 to the thing. It accepts everything from $1 bills to $20 bills. So
Go home with
find a little phone
pocket full
in
of
that
quarters.
machine though, because that thing is loud.
Yeah. Well, what we used to do. I had laundromats. What we used to do is we used to put these little cups on the top. So when you got quarters, you could put them into the cups.
Yeah.
In our hopes that people would put the cups back, not just throw them in the trash. So
I
yeah.
can already tell you. Or a drink will end up in it. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Well, look, man. I think it's gonna be a good night. A good night of music. Phillies are 3-2. Somehow Miami scored 2. I don't know how, but bottom of the 8th, Phillies are up again.
That throw looked like it was coming home in time. So,
but I don't know, man. But look, looking forward to a good night of music. Thank you to everyone who stayed in and tuned in. Thank you again to the bands that came on, everybody that came on, and the bands that played last weekend. We appreciate everything.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone. And look, man, have a nothing but a pleasant tomorrow.
Flawless victory.